Alright, so this is going to be a walkthrough for Lesson 9 on Code.org. I just want to make sure people are understanding what we're doing. I've had a couple questions about this lesson, so I'm going to go through each of the levels, do what I can to help you understand what you need to do. I'll start posting these daily just so you can be getting caught up if you're feeling behind. So, Lesson 9. Let's see. Hi, I'm Elsa. Help me draw a shape. Draw a hexagon with 50 pixel long sides. Alright, and then we've got our hint at the bottom here. To draw a hexagon, you will need to move forward by 50 pixels. Alright, so I'm gonna say move forward by 50. Turn right by 60 degrees. So I'll put that on there. Turn right by 60. And repeat that 6 times. So I'll take a loop, put it on there, move these guys inside, and it says right here, repeat a total of 6 times. So change that to 6. Again, all I'm doing there is following these instructions about drawing a hexagon. So it told me move forward by 50, turn right by 60, repeat 6 times. So I did just that. Let's run it. And we're good. Okay, so lesson 9, page 2. It says, after your hexagon, turn right by 60 degrees, then draw a line that is 150 pixels long. Finish by putting Elsa back to the center of the area using the jump to the middle center position block. Okay. So, we've still got our code from that hexagon on the last slide, so we can see it draw that hexagon again. Good, yeah, something's not quite right. Well, that's because now I need to tell her to turn right by 60 degrees. So let's look over at our block options. We've got turn right by some degrees. And I only want her to do that once, right? I don't need that to be in this loop. Since I only want her to do it one time, I'm going to have it on the outside of the loop. So she's going to do all of this, like the move forward, turn right. She's going to do that 6 times before she gets to this one. Okay, so after hexagon, turn right by 60, then draw a line that is 150 pixels long. So let's say move forward, because that's how we're drawing the line, I think. It's like ice skating or whatever, but move forward, and I want it to not be 100 pixels, but 150 pixels. Alright, so hopefully this works. I've got her drawing this hexagon. I've got her turning right, like it says, turn right by 60 degrees. Then draw a line that is 150 pixels long. Alright, let's see how that goes. Alright, awesome. Okay, lesson 9, page 3. Let's make a snowflake. To turn this code into the snowflake, nest all of the code inside of another repeat loop and run it a total of 6 times. You should only need to add 1 block. So always make sure we're reading the instructions up here. This thing up here always tells us exactly what we need to be doing. So we want to change what we wrote on the last slide by putting it inside of a repeat loop and running it 6 times. So here's my repeat. And I'm putting literally all of this that I had written before inside. And it tells me to run it a total of 6 times. So let's make that a 6. And let's see what happens. Okay. Yep. Cool. We did puzzle 3. Great. So, for example, I wouldn't have known how to make that snowflake myself. all I did was read these instructions at the top. Like, I didn't come up with that in my head. All I did was read what it wanted me to do and then move the blocks over. So what's nice about this website is that it always tells us, like, pretty much exactly what it wants us to do. So let's look at page 4. Let's make our snowflakes special. Where do you need to add code if you want to draw a tiny square at the tip of each long line? So let's see where we're at right now. Right now I think we've just got like our snowflake from the last slide. Yep. And now we want the tiny little square. So it's got some instructions for us. Let's read it. Each side should be 15 pixels long. You should turn by 90 degrees. Repeat those actions a total of 4 times. So I think that should probably happen at the end of these lines, right? Like that's where it wants this little square. So when is it drawing those lines? Well, let's look at the code. It does like this block to make a hexagon, right? And then it turns, goes forward to make that straight line. And then it jumps back to the middle. Before it jumps back to the middle, so before this block, we probably are going to want it to do this like square situation up here. So let's try that. Let's try kind of exactly what it says. Move forward by 15 degrees and turn by 90 degrees. So see if it wants to let me. Ah, there we go. All right, so move forward by, what did it say, 15 pixels, and then turn by 90 degrees. And we want it to do that 4 times, it said. So I'm going to put that in a loop. All right, I'm not sure if this one should be in the loop or not. I'm going to take it out for now. We'll kind of see what happens. Okay, so my squares are like not correct. They're not on the right side. So why could that be? Why are my squares on this other side? Well, I told her to turn right. Maybe she should turn left instead. Let's see how that looks. There we go. That's how we do it. So like even me, I don't always get it right the first time. Sometimes I have to guess and check a little bit, but I always make sure I'm reading these instructions up here and then making changes down here as necessary. All right, let's go on then. Page 5. Try changing the shapes or the lengths of the line to make this your own. So let's see what it does right now. Well, right now it's just kind of doing its own thing. Basically, it just wants us to like mess around kinda and figure out like how we could change it. So let's see what would happen if instead of 90 degrees at the end, I want it to go, whoops. I want it to do, I don't know, 30 degrees. Let's see what happens there. I think it'll probably make like some sort of like octagon-y shape. Oh, didn't quite finish the octagon, but that's kind of cool. I mean, I guess if it's only turning 30 degrees each time, it makes sense that it, like, wouldn't go all the way like that. We can play around with the ones in here, too. We can say, like, hey, I want your turns to be 45 degrees instead. So let's see what that does. So that kind of makes, you know, big, weird shapes. The idea is that you can change, like, you can change the angles, you can change the degrees, kind of do whatever you want, and, like, make the shape your own, and it's cool. Alright, last page of this level, try to skate in a zigzag. So, wow, I don't know how to do that off the top of my head. Let's go ahead and look at the instructions. So try changing your long 150 pixel line into 6 short lines of 25 pixels. Turn by 45 degrees in alternate directions after each short line to get a zigzag look. Where do you need to put a repeat block? How many times do you have to repeat your pattern? Okay, so what we're changing is the move forward by 150, I believe. Let's run it, see what it looks like right now. Oh, I messed something up. These are supposed to be in here, I think. Oh, no, it's just still making my ugly shape from earlier. Anyways. Change this back to 60. Change this back to 90. I didn't realize it was going to carry over my ugly shape. Okay, so there's a more normal looking snowflake. Again, that's just from me messing around with it on slide number 5. That's why it looks like that. What I want to change is this move forward by 150 pixels block. That's what I want to get rid of, so I'm just going to delete it. I'm going to go ahead and put in a loop. Sorry that I'm speeding up right now. I'm about to run out of time on this screen recording. So I'm going to put in a loop. I want 6 short lines of 25 pixels. So I want to move forward by 25 pixels. And then I want to turn by 45 degrees in opposite direction. So let's see what that does. Turn 45. Then I want to go forward again by 25. And then I want to try to turn left by 45. See what this does. Oh, I forgot to tell it how many times to repeat this. Tough. I'm going to do 3 because I want 6 total. I have 2 lines in here. There we go. She's making a zigzag. Alright, sorry I had to rush through this. Page 6, my screen recording time limit's about to be up. Really the idea with this level, like lesson 9, was just to figure out that you could change these degrees, these pixel numbers, you put it on a loop, and you're able to get some cool patterns. So hopefully this walkthrough helps with lesson 9. I will have lesson 10 available for you tomorrow.